Does the rapid rise in remote working signify the end of the office as we know it? What does this mean for HR, and how do we start to design the new hybrid office? I'm Natal from PXO Culture, and we help you achieve business success through people success. Today, I'm speaking with Tom Hart from the HR Trend Institute that help you make sense of the latest HR trends, and by doing so, increase the impact of HR and business. Okay, so let's get into it. Hi, Tom. How are you going?
I'm fine.
Excellent. Thanks for joining us today. So what's your thoughts about what's going on with the workplace? So we're all at home and, logging in, and some companies like Twitter are saying, you know what? I don't think any of our workforce are ever going to come back. They're always going to work from home. You've then got others that are saying, oh no, we're missing out on the water cooler conversations. And I just today was speaking to someone about how you onboard people in this environment. They miss out on a lot of the incidental learning and the conversations in corridors. We've always thought that this is such an important part of building teams. So what's your thoughts? How do we get this balance? Is this the end of the office, or do we actually need to find a new way of going forward?
I think it's not the end of the office. So that's the the conclusion. I think an important aspect here is personalization. So let's not say everybody is moving out of the office to their home. That's not going to work. If you look at personalization, we have to look at different aspects. And one is, of course, the type of work people are doing. Some work can't be done from home. Other work can be done from home, but more difficult. I heard an interview with Frans van Houten, the CEO of Philips Electronics, the other day, and he was making a plea to say, our creative people, our R&D people, we need them together. As you were saying, they need to be inspired by each other. Let's please not force those people to work from home. So this is the type of work. Second is personality. There are people who flourish at home. They like to be alone. They work best on their own. And now and then a video call, that's fine for them. There are other people who have a more extrovert personality, who need impulses from other people, who get energy from other people all the time. Maybe for those people, it's not so good to work too much from home. The third element is the home situation. Some people live small. Some people have children at home. Some people have a partner who is constant in meetings. So you have to take that also into account. With those variables, then you can kind of design what is called now the hybrid office, which is offer people a variety of solutions, workplace solutions, where some of them are in the traditional office, like we have them today. Some of them are in other offices, and maybe small offices in certain locations where people can work quietly. So not certainly it's of course the home office, but then we have to make sure that the home offices are well equipped and people can work there well. And then so looking at the different variables, we can offer people solutions fitting with work, personality, and home situation. And that might vary over time as well. So it's not fixed.
Yeah.
I think if we are able to do that, well, then I think we are better off maybe than we are today.
It sounds like utopia, personally. So the ability to choose when I work and where to fit into my own schedule, not just my work schedule. Yeah. And I have heard this debate about the hybrid office, that possibly in the future we'll just go into the office maybe 2-3 times a week based on when it's most needed. So when we need to brainstorm or be more creative or meet people in the team. But is all of this realistic, Tom? It sounds too good to be true. What's his thoughts?
No, I think it's absolutely, and of course it was already. So it's not something totally new. And we were on a long-term trend where you could say traditionally it was the offices where everybody had his own office. Huh? Then you had the cubicles. Then there was a time, luckily it was not too long, that everybody had to work in open space. So, well, one size fits all, everybody in open space. Maybe only not some of the bosses. Huh? Then we moved to hybrid offices in one location. Yeah, say you enter the office, there's the coffee bar, there's quiet corners where you can work, there's brainstorm one-on-one, all kind of solutions in one location. So the next iteration is not only in one location, but all kind of solutions in different locations. So it's absolutely doable. And in fact, it's happening.
It is, isn't it? Yeah. And in some ways, coronavirus just accelerated something that was already developing. Yeah. So in the past, whenever I've talked to people about remote working or distributed teams or virtual check-ins, they've always gone, oh no, well, this equals a lot of HR policy and pages in the handbook. What's your thoughts? How do we build a hybrid office that doesn't equal loads of HR policy in the background? Can we do that?
I think let's not become too bureaucratic. At the same time, we have to look at the law and we have to look at regulation. So also working in a safe environment, working in an ergonomically healthy environment, I think that's important. We have seen in the past months, and many people are working in their home office in chairs that are not good enough, with too small screens, blah, blah, blah. So we need to take care of that. So maybe not by a lot of regulations, but we have to make sure that people are able to work safe and healthy. But if we take that into account, I think we don't need another handbook.
No, I think that as long as we have some great values, behaviors that we can sound out and check in on. And I have had some teams talk about how they just set good parameters. Okay, these are the guidelines, and now teams make their decisions within those guidelines. And so you trust people to make some adult decisions at the workplace. And I think that works really well. And that leads into a practical tip on this topic, which is help teams set up working agreements about working in a digital way. So when is it okay to not be online because you need to get your own work done, as you mentioned earlier, or maybe look after the child or go for a walk, but also when should you be online? So when do you have your meetings? When are you available for questions? When are you open to conversations via chat? But we need to let teams make these working agreements, not dictate from above on when people should be online or offline. And if you allow people to make decisions together on what suits them, as you said, personalization, then it can be really, really powerful. And they'll make their own decisions and they'll take ownership. Thanks so much for your insight today, Tom. It was great to speak to you. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe so you get the next video in the series. Also, please let us know your hot topic or business challenge so we can discuss that next time. Thank you.